What kind of person abandons their spouse 200 miles from home, just for laughs? That's not a rhetorical question. I want you to picture it. You wake up on a cold metal bench outside a gas station. No phone. No wallet. No idea where you are. And the only thing in your pocket is a crumpled note with lipstick-stained handwriting that says, "Let's see how boring you are now. XOXO." Before we continue, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for updates. That was the joke. A prank, according to my husband Eli and his two charming sisters, Brittany and Holly. They always thought I was too serious, too quiet, too plain. So they decided to spice things up. Their version of humor? Leaving me stranded 2 states over during a family bonding weekend. Here's the part they didn't expect. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I didn't even call for help. I walked. And I never looked back. This isn't a revenge story, at least not in the way you might think. It's about what happens when someone shows you exactly how little they think of you, and you finally believe them. But what happened next, after the walk, after the silence, after the 89 missed calls, that changed everything. What kind of joke starts with mimosas and ends with betrayal? It was supposed to be a weekend to bond with Eli's family. That's what he told me, just some chill time at the lake with my sisters. No pressure, babe. Sounded nice. Peaceful. I even took time off work. I packed soft sweaters, brought wine, made a playlist. I was trying. But the minute we got there, I felt it, the sideways glances, the whispered laughter behind closed doors, the barely concealed smirks when I spoke. Holly asked if I brought mom jeans and Bible quotes. Brittany said I gave off nanny energy. Eli laughed with them. Loudly. Too loudly. That night, after dinner, they pulled out the wine and games. Cards Against Humanity. Classic. But every round turned into a joke about me. Most likely to cry during missionary. Most likely to own a cat named Regret. You get the idea. Then Holly, drunk and gleaming, slurred out, "I bet Jenna wouldn't last a day without us. She's too safe." They all laughed. I forced a smile. The next morning, I woke up alone. Not in the cabin. Not even in the woods. On a bench outside a grimy gas station off I-80. No phone. No money. Just a napkin in my jacket pocket. "Let's see how boring you are now." And that's when I realized this wasn't a prank. It was a test. But what came next would rewrite everything they thought they knew about me. What do you do when no one's coming to save you? I sat on that bench for 10 minutes. Just 10. Not crying. Not panicking. Just processing. Then I stood up and walked into the gas station like I had a plan. Because I knew one thing. They wanted me to break. Instead, I asked the man behind the counter how far the nearest town was. He blinked, then said, 13 miles, give or take. I nodded, grabbed a bottle of water off the shelf, and walked out. I didn't have money, but he didn't stop me. I think he saw something in my face that told him, this isn't someone to mess with today. Have you ever walked 13 miles in silence? No phone. No GPS. Just your thoughts and the weight of every time someone you trusted laughed at your expense? Each step stripped away a little of the version of me they thought they knew. I remembered Eli brushing off my concerns. "They're just teasing. You're too sensitive." I remembered Brittany copying my ideas and getting praised for them. I remembered Holly posting a fake quote on Instagram and tagging me like it was funny. 13 miles gave me time to remember all of it. I found a diner with a faded sign and walked in like I belonged there. A middle-aged woman behind the counter looked me over, wordlessly slid me a grilled cheese, and said, "You look like you've had enough." She had no idea. That night, I slept in a shelter. The next morning, I was gone. No goodbye. No forwarding address. But before I disappeared, I bought one thing with the crumpled cash I'd earned from doing dishes at the back of that diner. A burner phone. I sent Eli one message. "Don't look for me. You already lost me." Then I turned it off. What happened after that? That's when the panic began. How many missed calls does it take to realize you screwed up? I turned that burner phone back on 5 days later, out of curiosity, not sentiment. Eli had called 89 times. 27 texts. 5 voicemails. Each one more frantic than the last. Jenna, this isn't funny anymore. Just tell me you're safe. Okay, I messed up. I didn't think you'd actually leave. Didn't he? Brittany posted a status. Please help us find our sweet Jenna broken heart. We're so worried. Holly uploaded a tearful Instagram reel, complete with sad music and fake crying. We just wanted to joke around. Please come home, girl. Suddenly, I was valuable again. Not for who I was, just for the story I made them look bad in. But I didn't reply. I didn't need to. They weren't crying for me. They were crying for them, their guilt, their image, their control slipping through their fingers. In the real world, I got a temp job sorting books at a secondhand shop. Quiet. Peaceful. No laughter behind my back. My boss was kind. Asked no questions. Paid in cash. I cut my hair. Dyed it. Changed my name on the lease for a rented room above a bakery. The owner gave me coffee every morning and never once asked about the shadows under my eyes. No one knew who I used to be. No one asked. And that's when I realized I hadn't lost everything. I'd been freed from it. But then one day, while shelving books in the romance section, I looked up and saw him. What do you say to the man who left you behind? He looked smaller than I remembered. Less sure. His beard was uneven. Eyes sunken. Like someone who hadn't slept in weeks. Jenna, he said, voice cracking. God. I finally found you. I didn't move. Didn't blink. Just let the silence stretch long enough to make him uncomfortable. I didn't mean for it to go that far, he stammered. It was stupid. It was supposed to be funny. I thought you'd get picked up in an hour and be mad and we'd laugh and... I raised a hand. Stop. He did. I've been calling, texting. I thought you were dead, he whispered. I missed you. You missed controlling me, I said calmly. He winced. Then came the begging. The confessions. I cut them off, Brittany and Holly. Haven't spoken to them in months. I lost my job. I told HR the truth. They didn't like it. I let him talk. Let him spill it all. Every excuse. Every apology. Every desperate little string he thought he could pull to reel me back. When he was finished, I handed him a manila envelope from under the counter. He looked inside. Divorce papers. Already signed. He blinked. You already filed? 3 weeks ago. He looked up at me like he didn't recognize the woman standing in front of him. That's because he didn't. I smiled, small, controlled, final. We're done. Then I turned and walked away, back to my cart of books. But before he could step out the door, I gave him one last parting gift. By the way, I said over my shoulder. You didn't lose me because of the prank. He paused. You lost me because I stopped making excuses for you. I never saw him again. But that wasn't the end of the story. Because what happened after that? That's what no one saw coming. How do you close the door on a life that never really loved you? I didn't leave to punish them. I left because I finally believed them. They showed me, in one awful, petty, humiliating moment, exactly how little I meant. Not just with the prank, but with every laugh, every eye roll, every moment they made me feel small and inconvenient. And the real punchline? They thought I'd come crawling back. Eli and his sisters played themselves. After I left, Brittany got caught in her own workplace scandal, copying someone else's project. Holly's followers turned on her for faking mental health stories for clout. Eli? Last I heard, he moved back in with their mom. Still, figuring things out. I didn't post about it. Didn't celebrate it. I just lived. Somewhere quiet. Somewhere peaceful. Somewhere where I could be boring, quiet, sensitive, serious, and completely free. They called it a prank. But it turned out to be a rescue mission I didn't know I needed. So here's the question. If the people who are supposed to love you keep treating your dignity like a joke, why are you still laughing with them? Think about that. And if this story hit you even a little, drop a comment. I want to hear what you would have done. And if you want more real stories like this, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, stick around. Because sometimes, walking away is the plot twist no one sees coming.